Starting in your child's pose, so big toes to touch, knees out wide. Just reaching all the way forward and placing the forehead on top of the mat. You can close the eyes here. Just start to relax into your breath, into your hips. Allow your hips to sink down towards your heels. We're just going to take a moment to reconnect with our breath, with our bodies, with our minds. Just an easy inhale and easy exhale. And then actively start to slow this breath all the way down. So we're going to do this by counting the breath. So we'll inhale for a count of 4. Hold it at the top for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4. Hold at the bottom for a count of 4. If you're finding this child's pose is uncomfortable for you, you can come to a comfortable seat while we do this breathing exercise. So together we'll inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Let's do 3 more rounds. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. 2 more. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Last round. Inhale. Hold the top. And exhale all the way out. Releasing this breath control, just gently falling back to your natural rhythmic breath. And when you're ready, you can set an intention for your class today, just by thinking of a small word, phrase or statement. Something that really resonates with you and something you would like to take with as it guides you through the rest of the day. Once you've set that intention, you can bring your palms to touch. The back of the hands come to the back of the head. And then there's a gentle squeeze in the elbows towards the floor so that you can find that tricep stretch along the arms. Beautiful. From here, taking the arms back to the floor, gently gazing up, and then just walking the hands over towards the right, stacking left hand on top of right. Forehead comes down towards the mat once again. And again, we're trying to find soft hips here, breathing through the belly. Slowly coming back to center onto the other side, towards the left, right hand on top of the left. Forehead comes down towards the left knee. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Slowly we're going to push ourselves up to a tabletop position. If your legs have lost a little bit of feeling, just move the hips around. Maybe move the head around, do what you need to do. We're going to find our cat-cows for today. So stacking the shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, we drop the belly, lift the chin and the chest. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin in, gazing in between the legs. Really pressing through the hands, spreading the fingertips. Inhale for cow, dropping the belly. Exhale, cat, round the spine. 2 more. Inhale. Really think of moving each vertebra one by one. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back to a tabletop position. Taking the right arm up, inhale, gazing up to that arm. Maybe take a few wrist rotations. And then exhale, we're going to thread the needle, right arm underneath the left shoulder or the left armpit. Placing the right side of the face down on the mat. And then inhale, left arm up towards the ceiling. If you would like, you can also take a half bind by taking the arm around the lower back towards the right crease of the hip. As you breathe here, really opening the chest, trying to roll that top shoulder open and away. Beautiful. Slowly coming back to center, pressing through the left hand, right arm up towards the ceiling. Back to tabletop position. Other side, inhale, left arm up. Roll through the wrist. Inhale here, exhale, thread the needle. Taking right arm up to the ceiling this time. If you want to wrap the arm around the back, you can do so for that half bind. Breathing into the belly. With your next inhale, pressing through the right hand, left arm to rise, and coming back to tabletop. Moving into puppy's pose. So we're going to keep this 90-degree angle with the legs. We're just going to take the hands all the way forward, sinking the chest down to the mat. So the sitting bones all the way up to the ceiling. And if your chest doesn't reach the mat, you can gently just place the forehead or the chin down to the mat. This is a deep shoulder opener, chest opener. So just thinking of that heavy chest towards the floor. Breathing here. With your next inhale, we're gently going to float this belly all the way down to the mat. Coming into a Sphinx pose, so propping yourself up onto your forearms. Creating a number 11 with the forearms in front of you. And we're going to press into the elbows here, roll the chest or roll the shoulders back, open the chest, shoulders away from the ears. So a long spine, long neck. You can squeeze the feet together, big toes to touch. And it's really nice and active here, so we're not dumping our weight into our shoulders. We're lifting up and out. Beautiful. Inhale here, exhale, we're going to round the spine. Lift the pelvis off of the mat slightly, tuck chin in towards the chest. So just activating the core very gently. Inhale, dropping belly, dropping hips. Lifting head. Exhale, round the spine. Push into the forearms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Last time. Exhale, round. all the way down. Taking the chest down to the mat, hands underneath the shoulders. You can open the feet slightly. So we inhale, we lift the chest, we lift the shoulders for a cobra. Exhale, come all the way down. So taking some rolling cobras, 3 more like that. Inhale, push through the hands, lift. Exhale. And once again, we're trying to think of that wave-like motion. Try and move every part of the spine one by one. Exhale. Do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Pressing through the hands. Exhale. Gently pressing all the way through the hands, coming back to that tabletop. We're going to tuck the toes behind us. Inhale here, exhale, downward facing dog. Press the hips all the way up and back. So you can keep the knees bent to start. If you want to straighten one leg then the other, just move into the hips, walking the dog. You can do that just to warm up the body this morning. Beautiful. We come back to some stillness. So thinking of sending the sitting bones up to the sky and trying to flatten out that lower back. Gazing in between the knees. Shake the head, nod it out, relax the neck. We'll take 3 breaths here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Walking the feet towards the hands. Taking a ragdoll position. So I'll just turn to face you. Feet are hip width distance apart. Holding on to opposite elbows. And we're just hanging the body nice and heavy across or over the legs. If you'd like, you can sway from left to right. Completely relaxing the upper body. Relaxing the head and neck, so shake it out if you need to. Beautiful. Moving into gorilla, we're going to take the hands underneath the feet. So bend the knees as much as you need to in order to do so. And you want to try and get the toes or the edge of the toes to the crease of the wrists. So really, really bend those knees to get you low to the ground. Inhale, lifting the chest. And then exhale, opening the elbows, allow the forehead to rest forward. So I'll turn to the side so you can see. So elbows nice and out, folding in. If you'd like to wiggle the toes, massage out the palm of the hands. Take 1 big inhale here. Exhale, gently release the hands, unshuffle them. We could take a halfway lift, fingertips to shins, flatten out the lower back, lifting the torso slightly. Beautiful. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toes the feet together. So toes to touch, heels to touch. Inhale, roll the spine up all the way, high mountain. Reaching the arms up. Exhale for a half moon, bending over towards the right. Back to center, inhale. Exhale, other way. Inhale, coming back to center. Gently bringing the weight into the left foot. We're going to hug the right knee in towards the chest. So just take a moment to find your balance here. You can move that right ankle around if you need to or want to. Try and focus yourself on one single spot, just to activate the left ankle. Beautiful. And from here we're going to let go of the right knee, still keeping it lifted. Inhale here, moving nice and slow. Exhale, we're going to kick that right leg all the way back behind us and then place it down onto the mat. Float the toes down. Inhale, lift the torso into a high lunge. Taking the arms or the hands towards the back of the head, open the elbows, open the chest. Inhale here. Exhale, bringing the right hand down, left arm up, gazing up to the left fingertips. Then gently taking that left leg, we're going to meet into a side plank. So left leg stacked on top of right, or you can just place it in front of the right foot, lifting through the right side of the body. Inhale. Exhale, bring that hand down into a plank pose, lowering the knees, lowering the chin and the chest, all the way to the belly. Inhale for upward facing dog, lift the chest, lift the hips. Exhale, roll over the feet, downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Take one big inhale together. Exhale out. Once again, stepping the feet towards the hands. Forward fold this time, so big toes to touch, heels together. Inhale for that halfway lift, fingertips to shins, flatten out the back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, roll the spine up. Arms coming up, high mountain. Bending over towards the left this time, exhale, half moon. Back to center, inhale. And exhale. Other side. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Taking the hands away from each other. This time hugging the left knee in towards the chest. Again, you can move that ankle around. Find your stability. Find that point of focus to help your balance. And then taking a big inhale here, let go of the knee. As you exhale, kicking that left foot all the way back behind you. Placing it down, floating the toes down. And then inhale, bring the torso up for a high lunge. Clasping the hands, bringing them behind the head. Open the elbows, open the chest, sink the hips down a little bit lower. Slowly coming out of it, dropping the left hand down towards the mat, gazing up to the right hand into your low lunge twist. Start to move into your side plank, so rolling onto the outside of that left foot, and then stacking the right foot either on top or just placing it in front. Again, still lifting out of this hip, out of the side of the body. One more inhale. Press through the left hand. Beautiful. Exhale, coming back to your plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale for your chaturanga. You can go either on or off the knees. Roll through your upward facing dog. And coming to a downward facing dog. Beautiful. Taking a few breaths here. When you are ready, you're going to start to build that flow just a little bit. Walking the feet towards the hands, forward fold. Inhale, bring the body all the way upright. High mountain. Take that half moon, exhale towards the right. Back to center, inhale. Exhale, lift. Back to center. Hugging the right knee in towards the chest. We'll move straight into our warrior three. So sending the leg all the way back. Kicking that foot once again. Now we're going to hover it here for a moment. So try and create one long line from the top of the head all the way to the foot. So almost creating a T shape with the body. If you would like, you can float the hands behind you for an aeroplane variation. Keep that supporting leg bent. Inhale here, beautiful, and then exhale, gently float it down, come straight to your high lunge. Open the hips, or open the elbows rather, open the chest, gazing up. Inhale. Exhale into your twist. Lowering the right arm, gazing up to the left arm. Into your side plank you go. So rolling to the outside of the right foot, stacking left foot on top. Then if you would like to go into a wild thing, you can take the left toes behind you slightly, bend that knee and then push into the left side of the foot or the left toes, gaze up to the ceiling and lift the chest up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Slowly return back to your plank pose. Lowering the knees, and then we're going to bring the right foot forward into an Anjaneyasana or a low crescent lunge. So that back knee is on the floor, toes are untucked. Inhale, bringing the body upright. Exhale, float the fingertips down. Hips go back for a half Hanuman, half split. Breathing here. Slowly floating the hips forward once again. Tucking the back toes straight in the knee. Moving into a warrior one. So flipping the back toes to a 45-degree angle. We're going to place the whole sole of the foot onto the mat. So you want all 5 toes onto the mat. Inhale, lifting the body, pressing through the feet. And try and square the hips off. So if you find you've opened the hips, you want to send the right hip back and the left hip forward. So you're facing that front knee. Lifting the arms, inhale. Exhale, lower the pelvis down slightly, bend that front knee a little bit more. Let's take one more, inhale. Exhale, beautiful, floating the hands back down. Flip the back toes, stepping all the way forward for a forward fold. And then inhale, lifting the chest, coming into a chair pose. So lower the pelvis down to the mat, almost as if you're sitting in a chair. Bring the weight into the heels, lifting the toes off the mat slightly if you can. One more sip of air in, inhale. Hold it here, beautiful. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll the spine up all the way. High mountain. Reach the arms up. And we're going to reach the arms, clasp the fingers, and then flip the palms up towards the ceiling. From here, think of sending the energy through the palms up towards the ceiling, rising up to the tippy toes. So lifting the heels off of the mat. Again, finding a bit of a balance here. It helps to squeeze the legs together, squeeze the heels together. Nice and stable in the ankles. This is called your palm tree. Beautiful. Gently lower the heels. Fold forward. Exhale, place the hands down, stepping back into a plank. And then finding your version of your chaturanga, either on or off the knees. Bend the elbows in towards the waist, lower the body. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment, let's take one big inhale together. Exhale out. With your next inhale, gaze in between the hands, stepping in between the hands, forward fold. Halfway lift, flatten out the back, fingertips to shins. So you should know where you're going by now. Feel a little bit more familiar in the body. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we roll the spine up, reaching the arms all the way up. Exhale, side bend, half moon towards the left. Back to center, inhale. Exhale towards the right. Back to center. Taking the hands, hugging the left knee in towards the chest. Really finding that stability, and then when you really let go of the knee and start to slowly with control kick that left foot all the way behind you. Again, create that long line, that capital T shape with the body. If you would like to float the hands behind you, you can do so. One more inhale. Exhale, float the leg down, high lunge, lifting the body, lifting the arms. Clasping the hands, bring them behind the head, open the elbows, open the chest, inhale. Exhale, gently lower the left hand down into your twist, right fingertips up. Moving into your side plank, so flipping the body onto the outside of that left foot, stacking the right foot on top, lifting through. And then if you move through Wild Thing on the other side, you can go there now by bending that top knee, placing the toes down behind you, and then pressing through the toes, lifting the pelvis and the chest up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Coming back to center gently, coming back to that plank pose. Shift the body, lower the knees, and then we bring the left foot forward into our Anjaneyasana, or our low crescent lunge. So back knee is on the floor, toes are untucked. Inhale, lifting the body, lower the pelvis down towards the mat. Exhale, float fingertips down, sink the hips all the way back, flexing through the feet or the front foot. Breathe here. Open the back side of that leg. Slowly roll the body forward. Once again, rock the pelvis forward. Tuck the back toes, straighten the knee. Inhale, gazing forward, stepping forward for a forward fold. Breathe here. Chair pose, dropping the pelvis, lifting the chest. If it's comfortable for the head and neck, you can bring the arms all the way next to the ears. Inhale here. Sink a little bit lower. Beautiful. Exhale. We're going to step into our Warrior One. Just realized we've forgotten it on the other side. So just take that right foot back again, placing the whole foot onto the mat. So the toes face a 45-degree angle outwards. Lifting the torso, pressing through the feet. Inhale. This time we send left hip back, right hip forward. Try to square the body off to face forward. Breathing here. Take one more inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, coming all the way down. This time stepping forward once again. Roll the body up for a high mountain. Inhale. Breathing here into our palm tree, so clasping the hands, flipping the palms up to the ceiling, rising all the way up to the toes, lifting the heels. And from here, we're going to start to lower the knees. If you can, keep the heels lifted. So you can bring the hands, palms to touch, thumbs at your sternum. And really, really slowly, as slow as you can, we're going to start to bend the knees and sit all the way down. So the idea here is that we're lifting the heels, and we come to sit on our haunches for a toe stand. Once you've arrived there, embracing all the wobbles along the way. Again, try and fix your gaze onto a point, so really focus onto a point. If you haven't realized yet, today's practice is a balancing one. And balance has a lot to do with what's happening in the mind. So when we find our mind is a bit all over the place, maybe a little bit overwhelmed, balancing in the physical way can become quite challenging. When you are ready, gently just taking the fingertips down, lower the knees to the mat. We're still keeping the toes tucked behind us. Just bringing the torso upright once again, sitting up nice and tall just for a quick toe stretch. I know this one is uncomfortable. We did it last week too. So just close the eyes here. Try and tune into the feeling of the stretch in the soles of the feet and in the toes. Try and breathe through the discomfort. We're just here for a few more moments, just sticking with it. Nicely done. Gently rocking yourself forward, untuck the toes. You can just lightly tap the tops of the feet onto the floor if you need to. And then sinking the hips down to a child's pose once again. Open the knees, reaching the hands all the way forward. Take a moment. If you would like, you can take the hands all the way behind you for an embryo. Breathe. Let go. Soften the body. With your next inhale, gently bring the spine all the way upright, unfolding the spine. We're just going to take the hips out to one side, legs come out all the way in front of you. I'll just turn to face the camera, but you can still face the top of your mat. Taking the right sole of the foot to the inside of the left thigh, opening that knee. So we want to send this left leg or left foot quite wide away from each other. So we're opening the legs. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching the arms all the way up. Exhale, we side bend over towards that left leg. So we're opening the hips, the side body, all at once. So if it's easier to think of, it's almost like a half straddle. From here, we're dropping the top arm, shifting the torso to face the left foot. Inhale, lift the chest slightly, and then exhale, fold over that leg as much as you can. We're still trying to create a soft body here, so try not to hold onto the foot and pull yourself down. We want to activate into the muscles so that they can stretch themselves rather than us pulling ourselves into a specific stretch. So just breathe here. It's stretching deep into our hamstrings. Take one more inhale together, exhale out. Slowly roll the spine upright, bringing that left leg towards the right. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide. We take a peace finger grip around the big toes. So index finger and middle finger wrap around the big toes. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, curve the spine all the way forward. Think of bringing the top of the head to the inside of the feet, or towards the soles of the feet. We'll take 2 breaths here together, so inhale through the nose, exhale out. One more inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Slowly roll the spine upright. I'm just going to take the other leg out to the side, so right leg out to the side. Set up your shape the same way you did, so shuffle around if you need to. So this time the left foot to the inside of that right thigh. Inhale, lifting the arms. Exhale, we side bend over towards the right leg. Think of sending the energy out the top fingertips. Breathing here into the side body. One more inhale. With your exhale, gently drop the top arm. Square the chest off. So you want to line the toes up with the sternum. Inhale, lift the chest up slightly, flex through the foot. Exhale, lower the body. Just breathing here. We'll take 2 more breaths. So together we'll inhale through the nose. Exhale, deepen into your posture, into your forward fold. One more inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Gently roll the spine upright. Once again, taking the legs together. Butterfly pose, soles of the feet together. This time we're going to take the hands to the outside of the feet. Thumbs come to the inside, and almost as if you're opening a book, we're going to open the soles of the feet. So think of sending or turning the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. You'll find the knees maybe go a little bit lower to the mat. So same thing, we inhale, sit up nice and tall, and then we exhale, round the spine. Sending the elbows out to mimic the shape of the legs. You can play around with the distance of the heels to the body. So if you want to widen the shape a little bit, create that diamond shape. Or if you want to bring the heels in closer to the body, it's all up to you. It'll just give a different sensation in your hips. And we also all have different hip structures, so it's all dependent. Taking your last inhale here. Exhale out. Gently roll the spine upright. You can bring the hands towards the outside of the knees, close the knees gently. And then just taking the hands underneath the legs. Bring the heels nice and tight in towards the body. And fold the head forward. So allow the head once again to hang nice and heavy. Hugging the body nice and tight. Just round the spine. Beautiful. Gently coming upright. Taking the arms away from each other, away from the legs. Shuffling the bum slightly more forward onto your mat. Sending the arms out in front of you. Inhale, we're going to roll down to lie down. Exhale. One vertebra at a time. Roll all the way down. And then straight away bring the legs up towards the ceiling for easy legs up the wall pose. So as always, there's options for you here. This is our last posture before our Shavasana. You can either stay here. If you'd like a little bit more, you can lift the hips and place the hands underneath the hips for a little bit more of an inversion benefit. And if you would like something even more, you can go into your plow pose. We did do it, I think, 2 weeks ago, so if you weren't here, I'll just demonstrate it again. I've got a little bit of less space here, so let's hope I don't kick the TV. So from your easy legs up the wall, you're going to inhale, arms next to the body. Exhale, lift the hips, support the lower back with the hands, and then bring the toes all the way overhead. Depending on where you are at today, Your feet are either floating off of the mat, or you can gently place them onto the mat behind you. Mine are floating today. That's where my body is at, so that's perfectly fine. But when you are here, please don't look right or left. You can really hurt your neck, so just gaze in between the legs and always supporting that lower back. It's a big stretch into the neck. So you can take a few breaths here, play around with it. If you would like, and shoulder stand is in your practice, you can even lift the feet all the way up to the ceiling, still supporting that lower back and creating a long line with the legs through to the neck. Beautiful. We have one more inhale wherever you are. And then with your exhale, if you are in plow, start to lower the body. Support the legs and the pelvis with the hands as you lower. We'll all meet in that easy legs up the wall pose once again. And then everyone together can bend the knees, hug the knees in nice and tight towards the body. Rock from side to side if you want to massage out that back. Lifting the head, lifting the shoulders, really squeezing the knees into the chest, nice and tight, the tiniest little ball. Tighten everything, squeeze the face, squeeze all your muscles. Take one more sip of air in, and then exhale into your Shavasana, lower, let go. Lie all the way down onto your back. Bring your feet a comfortable distance away from each other, at least mat width distance apart. Same thing with the arms. Bringing the palms of the hand to face the ceiling. And then slightly tucking the chin into the chest just to lengthen out the back of the neck. Closing the eyes all the way. Allow the eyelids to be heavy. And settling into some stillness. Just a moment of relaxation before we continue with the rest of our days. I'd like you to become aware of your breath and how it's moving in and out of the body. Become aware of how your belly gently rises and falls. We're going to take 5 rounds of deep intentional breaths here together, just to end our practice off today. So if you would like, you can also bring the hands on top of the lower belly to feel that. So exhaling all the air out of the lungs to start. Seal off the lips. We inhale through the nose. Fill up the chest, the ribs, the belly. Exhale out the mouth, side out. 4 more just like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale all the way out the mouth. Three more. Inhale. Exhale. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale all the way out. Let everything go. And taking a moment now just to think of your intention that you set in the beginning of the practice or of the class. Repeating this intention to yourself maybe once or twice. And then gently let it go. So it is 11:15 now. If you have a few more moments, I encourage you to stay a little bit longer in your Shavasana. But if you're ready to come out of it, gently just wake the body up, rubbing the fingertips together, wiggling the toes. Don't rush out of it. And being very mindful, keeping the eyes closed, you can come to a comfortable seat. And then whether you're still lying down or seated, you can just gently rest the palms on top of the chest. And then from me to you, thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful day further. Thank you for joining the class. I'll see you next week at Namaste. Thank you.